It's Raquel Bowman here, and today I'm here to share a layout that I've created as part of my designer spotlight, I think it's called, at the Scrapbook Expo. Thanks Paige for asking me to join in and share a few layouts on the blog, and this is the layout that I created specifically for that post. I'm using the Maggie Holmes Shine collection. I just adore everything about the collection, the colors, the florals, the different icons and things within the collection. And as soon as I saw that floral paper, I just knew that I had to do some fussy cutting. I'm not a fussy cutter, and I've spared you the expense of watching me fussy cut every single one of those flowers that I've piled up there out, but I do work on pretty much fussy cutting those out off screen. As you can see, I've cut them all out miraculously, and I also focused on using that gorgeous sort of wood panelled paper. And I liked as soon as I saw that design of that paper, I knew that I wanted to, it sort of led me to the design of the page. So I knew that I wanted to create the photo corners, and then I thought that I could make it look like a frame, a wood frame or picture frame or photo frame or whatever you might call it. So I pretty much cut out those edges, and I ended up cutting them back because I felt they were too deep. And then I'm cutting out those side strips from the pattern paper as well. And that's how I leave it. How you see it there is how I wanted it to look. So my idea for this layout, I think, is probably that I wouldn't mind actually buying a frame for it and popping it up somewhere in our house or even just in my craft room. So I'm arranging the flowers in a bit of a sort of cluster across that horizontal, and I wanted to incorporate one of those gorgeous tassels just because I hadn't used them yet, and I think that they're just so pretty. And then I was trying to think of the title, and I grabbed out a couple of the words from the ephemera pack, and I also grabbed out that word together, which was from the Gold Thickers pack, and I've ended up going with that. I've layered a small mat behind my photo, I think, and I've popped a couple of tags. Here all I've done is just layer a bit of ephemera and that sort of thing behind my photo, behind those clusters. I did create the other week a really cute little bunting using the bow paper, and I actually cut all of those little tiny bows out from a 6x6 paper, and then I sewed them on my sewing machine to join them together. But what I found was it just didn't work on this page. I've tried it on 2 pages so far, and neither of them have been successful in actually getting it on the page in the end, but I will get it on a page eventually, I'm sure. So I've backed the photo with that music note paper, just that cream base sort of paper, and then I've backed it with that pop of pink from the 6x6 paper pad as well. And I really like how that just brings that pink from the flowers into the page as well. And then I've got my trusty doily. As always, I just love the softness and feminine look that a doily brings to a page, and especially because those doilies are so intricate, I just think they're really beautiful. And now I've pulled all the flowers off and I'm up to adhering. So this layout, once I had that basic design with the frame and the florals, it did fall together quite easily, which was nice. And because the collection is so pretty, I just found there were so many little icons or elements that I could use that, yeah, it was a nice creative process. So I'm adhering everything down, and I'm swapping between either my ATG gun or my small American Craft sticky thumb adhesive runner. I've popped my photo on some foam just to give it that added bit of dimension, and with those florals, when I adhere them, and I'm just arranging them now, I pop some up with a little bit of foam, and some I just adhere straight to the page, and some I adhere with a thick foam adhesive as well. So I sort of swap around what I want to give varying depths of dimension. That gorgeous little birdie was from the sticker sheet, so I've popped him on some wax paper just so I could move him around because I wasn't 100% sure where he was going. And I always have some of this wax paper on hand. We actually can't get this wax paper in Australia in just our supermarket. I got this from a craft show. I saw it and I think that they used it as part of their die cutting with their embossing and things like that. But I knew that it was what scrapbookers used to place things that they want to then peel off again. And I think I had Googled and found it also online for sale from like a wholesale, maybe packaging or food packaging place as well. So I thought when I run out, at least I know that I'll be able to find it somewhere here again. So I'm playing around with the title and trying to figure out where exactly I want to place it. And I think in the end, I am happy with the placement. I thought about it later and found this other pack of thickers that I thought might have looked better, but I am happy with the result anyway, so it's all good. And I'm adhering down, as you can see, those flowers, and you can see that I'm just popping some little bits up with that foam, and others I'm just sticking straight down. Depends on sort of where it's sitting. So the birdie has a little bit of foam behind him, and I sort of, when I'm adhering things and I want to vary the dimension, you'll see me sort of pinch ends or fold bits upwards, I guess, to create that look of a bit more dimension. So I can't see quite what I'm doing there. I think that I was just trying to, I know, I was popping a little bit of foam tape on that end R because it sort of was floating off the edge of where the photo is, and that means that I didn't want it when it went in a page protector or a frame or whatever I decided to do with it. I didn't want it to stick back down on the page. So what I'm doing now is just finalizing those last little floral pieces, and I'm sticking down a few different embellishments. So I've got a cute little sticker bow there, and I've folded up the edges of that to make it pop off a little bit more and adhered that with some foam tape. I've got the tassel there, and I actually end up sort of stapling that behind a couple of layers to adhere that. And there's that cute little leaf shape which was from the ephemera pack, which I've just sort of slotted in to the cluster of flowers there. I was going to tie a cute little bow at the top of this little padlock, but I just didn't like the way it looks, so I took the string out of that. Now I'm stapling on that tassel, and I think that I do a bit of creative covering, and maybe I think I stick like a heart sticker on top of where the staples are, or something. There we go, something to just hide the obvious staples, but they weren't a design looking staple, they were a stapling on that tassel sort of staple, so I covered that up. And I'm adding a couple of little heart accents now to complete the page. I am popping a few bits and pieces up with foam, those sorts of finishing touches. And I'm adhering down that little padlock, which I think is super cute, and it's actually got like that gold glittered look to it. I was trying to add a tag, but that just wasn't working, and out comes my bunting again, trying to see if I can get that to work, and it just is a bit too busy for that page, so that's come off and away again. And then I found this cute little word strip that says I love us, and I knew I wanted to add it somewhere, so I've popped it at the moment to the left of the photo, just on a little word, not a word label, just a label from the sticker sheet. The sticker sheet had a lot on it that I was able to use, and I loved that. Sometimes I find some of the sticker sheets have very random bits and pieces that I actually find quite difficult to, and I know some YouTubers do as well, find it quite difficult to put those random things on a layout, like the wishbone on the sticker sheet that I could see there. I might have a bit of trouble with that, but in general, most things I'm able to find a spot for. And I'm pretty much nearly finished. I have some close-ups to show you, and I will certainly be back very soon with some more process videos. Thanks for watching today, and thanks Paige for having me at the Scrapbook Expo. Bye everyone.